everybody. Welcome to My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina. And welcome to a regular episode after a 1 week break.
We needed it. I no regrets on that,
None.
Like I hope that for those of you who needed it also, I hope it was cathartic to you. Like it's rough times. It's rough times out here for a lot of us. So we're doing the best we can.
Yep.
I did find a coven on Discord. So I'll keep
I love
you posted.
that. I do love that. You know what? I bet this. I have seen like the sales of like witchy books are going way up. Mm-hmm. Oh, those are the tarot cards I gave you for Secret Santa.
I'm going to break out my tarot cards that I haven't played with yet. So I'm very excited.
Very fun. Yeah. I just think like, we got to lean into our divine feminine at this time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Connect with the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm like standing by the ocean, waiting for the aliens to come.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not an Aquarius?
Yeah. I do have a lot of Aquarius in my chart, which is rather unfortunate because I've been so excited for Pluto to leave Capricorn, only to discover that it is Aquarius is in many, many places in my chart. So I'm in for a wild next 20 years.
Yeah.
It's just
I have an Aquarius Venus and an Aquarius Mars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
This will be fun. But you know what? You've mentioned these ocean aliens a few times. I need you to like, I need you to,
you don't know?
Like, because why are you waiting by the ocean? Are you think they're going to come up from the ocean ground like Atlantis?
There were government hearings this week with several people who say that the government is hiding the fact that they know that there are alien bases in the oceans off of all 7 continents.
Why are they in the ocean? I have so many questions.
That they have interdimensional travel.
Okay.
And so that there are many governments around the world that are trying to reverse engineer the technology. And that these aliens are very disappointed in the way that our civilization is going. Same.
Girl.
I mean,
Yeah. They've been here long before we've been here. And they're asking for the government to release these documents. So apparently there are alien bases in the ocean.
They're very patient. If they've been here longer than we've been here and they're just kicking it in the ocean.
Like, where is the red line? That's what I need to know. And also, I'm so tired of government hearings about aliens if you're not going to show pictures.
I agree.
Receipts or it didn't fucking happen.
Yes.
I'm tired of it. This is a distraction. It's a clown show. Anytime fucking nutso shit is happening, they're like aliens.
Hey, you guys.
And I get all excited.
Aliens.
But I'm welcome. I hope the aliens know. If you're listening, aliens,
you
please,
know they are. They
know,
love our podcast. They love
it. They tune in every single week. Yeah. Please know that I'm team alien.
Hell yeah,
I really
dude.
am. Yeah, I'm on your side.
Dude, anytime I get into the hot tub, I'm like looking up at the stars and I'm like, tonight be the night that I see a UFO. I would be so fucking happy.
I remember Independence Day, and I remember those yahoos on the top of the fucking buildings being like, yay, they're here. And they're like, zap.
I'm like, well, instantaneous. That also
fine.
works.
Also fine.
Either option.
Yeah, I don't have the energy to survive an apocalypse. Like, I'm not trying to do that shit.
No.
I always think about that Erykah Badu quote where she was giving an interview, and it was like the most Pisces moment where she's just like, am I not good enough for the aliens? Like, why won't the aliens abduct me?
I know. I know. I feel that in my bones. I'm just like, I want to go and
see. As an Aries, I know there's no such thing as aliens because I haven't been abducted yet.
There you go.
They would take me.
No.
Yeah, I do believe in aliens. I don't know that I believe that they are living on our ocean floor or that they even give a fuck about us.
Give a fuck.
Oh, like that's kind of how I feel about aliens. Like they don't care about us.
I think about the fact that if there are beings in the universe that are so powerful that they have mastered interdimensional travel. When they go by Earth, they must lock their spaceship doors. Like, ooh, child, the ghetto.
The ghetto. For real. They're like, ooh, not a white refrigerator, honey, no.
Oh, no.
In this neighborhood?
No.
I totally feel that. I'm like, we must be so
If they are watching, we are their Real Housewives.
100%.
They're just watching us tear each other apart, and they're just eating popcorn. We're turning over tables. We're throwing wine in bitches' faces.
We're electing Trump. It's a great show.
Times.
It is a great show. Riveting.
Yeah.
But
You never know what's going to happen next.
No.
Matt Gaetz as AG. Sure.
I can't.
RFK, Health and Human Services. Do
You
it.
know what? I love this for us that this is where we're at, where we're just like, last week we were crying. This week we're laughing. It's
what else can you fucking do? I can't do anything
nothing
else.
It doesn't even feel real.
I know,
it literally
it
doesn't. Like literally every day I go into my office here in Germany, and people are like, "Wait, wasn't Matt Gaetz like on trial for
You're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Don't
You're
do
right.
this
Yeah,
to
no.
me.
No, yes, you are right.
Elon
and
Musk. People are like, Elon Musk. What?
I love also the irony of a Department of Efficiency having co-managers is chef's kiss,
and
that's
that it's
so
the
fucking
initials
stupid.
of Doge.
We're
Government.
so owned. We're so owned.
Oh, I can't. It's just like where it's happening right now. Like anyway, I found something on Reddit that I thought would be good for discussion.
Enough. She's like enough hard left turn.
I can't.
Hard.
We can't do it.
I know,
fucking
we
can't.
I get it.
I got to
That's why
take
I'm
us
hoping
back
for the
to
aliens.
the dating world and away from aliens and Elon Musk. Immediately, if not sooner. I'm turning this spaceship around. All right. So I saw on Reddit today this thing, and it said most epic way to break up with my cheating boyfriend, and it was an advice needed.
All right.
Okay. So it says, all right, Redditors, please don't let me down. I found out tonight that my boyfriend has dating profiles on both Hinge and Bumble. I have not confronted him about this yet. A girl that matched with him shared a convo and pics of his profile with my dog and me cropped out of the photo. We do not have an open relationship. So what are your most epic suggestions?
Well,
A girl suggested I make a fake profile, match with him, set a date, show up. Another suggested just ghosting. Another knows I love designer purses. So at least get one of those out of them, then break up. I'm just fuming now. So now I'm calm. So let's hear it.
I think the most epic thing you can do is genuinely, like, if you live together, leave. And block him on everything and never fucking talk to him again. I think that will hurt more than anything
drive
you could
him
do.
nuts.
Drive him
No
closure.
engage.
No closure.
Yep.
None.
Somebody did post that, said that somebody knew someone who did that. Basically, their wife just moved out of the house. Like he came home to all her stuff packed, just gone, blocked on everything. Not being able to have that last word. Oof.
There's not going to be any explanation that he could give you. I mean, like literally he has a picture on his dating profile from when you were dating with your dog in it. Absolutely fucking not. No.
Yeah. No.
There's
nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? Like there really isn't. There's no excuse for it. And yeah, I mean,
well, and he's actively talking to these people. It's not like he just like has a profile up or whatever, which would be bad enough. But it's like people are sending you conversation. So he's engaging with these people.
Sometimes that's the thing is if you are single and you're on the apps and then you like start dating somebody, like unless you go in and hard delete, your profile stays up. So there are times where I'm like, yes, if someone saw someone's profile, you can't necessarily say, oh, they're on this, they're cheating. But the fact that they sent the conversations and stuff
and the
too,
picture.
and the picture
of
her dog.
My dog. I would fucking lose it. One of the comments I really enjoy. If you really need revenge, I wouldn't mention anything about the cheating. Just break up with him and say he's not fulfilling your needs sexually.
Ooh. Oh shit! I actually like. Oh wow,
that is actually kind of great.
Sorry,
That
you're just
is-
not really doing it for me in the bedroom.
Yeah, I actually
kind of give me the ick.
one time
Ooh.
since we've been together, so I just can't do it anymore. I've been faking it every time.
Damn. Cold-blooded.
Yeah, emotional damage.
That's good. I do love the ghosting. I do like the pack and move. Someone once told me the best revenge is just to live well. He no longer deserves access to you, not your mind, your creativity, your thoughtfulness, or anything else. Protect your peace and your heart.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, like if you literally like just ghost. And you know that man is going to be looking at every single one of your Instagram stories for the rest of time because he'll be like, he'll always be wondering. I think that is the best. And he'll see you living your best life. You post that highlight reel, baby. Oof. You go to Bali and you take beautiful pictures in a bikini.
Oh my God.
Also just dead blocking him from anything. So that way he can't just meet
he's always
normally.
just wondering.
He has to make his own. He has to be so desperate to see your shit. He has to make a fake profile.
There's a reason why this is a Black Mirror episode. Is that Christmas episode with John Hamm is about like the blocking. Like you can block somebody and it blocks them from like seeing you, interacting with you. Like there's no way if you are blocked, you cannot talk to that person.
It's like gray rocking to the extreme.
Yeah,
You're like,
it
I'm
drives
literally not
drives
interacting
people
with you.
Bananas.
Yeah, it'll drive a narcissist insane. That's why they tell you to do it, where you're just like gray rock completely. I'm not engaging. I'm not looking at you. I'm not talking to you. Like I'm not giving you any of my energy at all because I know that that's what you thrive on. You know,
this is totally somebody wrote. Every time I've gotten revenge or gave someone a piece of my mind, I've regretted ever letting them get the best of me.
Yes.
Because in the end, I realized they were never worth it. And that is so true. So that's why I agree. Just kind of being like, boop.
Honestly, that is the person that I want to be. I have to get my Aries Mercury in check for that because that is the one it's like the only fire in my entire chart is in my communication house. So like I have to get that bit in check. But
let me see where Aries is in my chart. Now I'm interested.
There is nothing more satisfying. Like I was watching a TikTok of it must have been listening to us when we were talking about sovereign citizens because it was a judge. It was this black woman judge. And this sovereign citizen was like, I'm not paying this and I'm not showing up and you're a fucking bitch and fuck you. And was like, and she was so calm the whole time. She was just like, okay, that like, I hear you, but if you don't show up, it's going to be 30 days in jail. And then he just kept going and he was calling her every name in the book. And she's like, 60 days, keep it up. Like, it was just so calm. And I'm like, I aspire to that level of unbothered where somebody can just be like losing their shit on you and you're just super, super chill about it the whole time because it drives the other person
I
crazy.
am not good at that.
Me neither.
For fuck, marry, kill, I want to know who do we think would be that kind of just dead to me, just stone cold.
Oh,
cut you off like a bad arm.
I feel like Rihanna would do that.
Yeah.
I feel like Rihanna would be like, no, like I'm not giving you any of my energy at all. Like once it's over. I feel like she's grown a lot as a person and like she's been through some shit. And I feel like at this point, if you fuck her over, we're done. It's a one and done situation. That's how I feel.
I feel like Tina Turner was that person. Like she was like,
it's like women who've gone through shit. Like once you've been with an abusive asshole, like both those women were with like abusive assholes. And I feel like once that happens, you're like, I'm free of this. And I'm never putting myself in a position where I have to engage with a narcissist abuser ever again.
Yeah. No, I feel, yeah.
Thinking of celebrities in the moment is so hard. And they always come to me later. Like when we were talking about scarf guys, autumn guys, my friend Ashley commented on our Patreon and she was like, you guys should have done Adam Brody.
Oh
and
my God.
Like,
the
obvious
of scarf guys.
So obvious that we didn't do it. What were you going to say, Cass? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say Reba McEntire feels like that to me.
Oh yeah, she's a strong.
She gives like, I don't give a fuck about you. I do what I want.
I feel like Dolly would be that way too, honestly.
I do too.
Yeah.
But she's so damn nice.
I think Reba's really nice too.
I heard she wasn't very nice to her ex-daughter-in-law.
Martha Stewart.
Oh, yep.
Okay. We've
Dead
done
to me.
Martha a few times. But
Dude,
yeah.
have you seen the documentary?
I have not.
Not yet.
God, she can serve you mashed potatoes and cunt. 'Cause
Nice.
Good Lord. That documentary was actually really fascinating. It was
She said she was really mad. She was like
She
really
did not like the way she was-
disappointed. Yeah.
I
portrayed.
feel like it may have been a very accurate portrayal, if I'm not on. You know, like she's a bad. Like I came out like not disliking her. I was like, God damn, dude, she had a vision. She made herself a fucking billionaire. She built an empire. She is a driven, intelligent, very capable woman that wasn't going to like, let a fucking man keep her down or anything.
her.
And the fact that she was able to go through the experience, go to prison, and then come back and reinvent, like the
Yes.
whole thing with Snoop Dogg and everything like that. It's just like, it's genius.
Yeah.
It's
Magic.
She's genius.
You know what? I think I'm going to change mine just because we've done Rihanna already.
Okay.
And I don't think
I'm
we've done
keeping
this
Tina.
person. And I do feel this way. I think Viola Davis.
Oh my God, I was thinking her too. The purse.
Yeah, and maybe it's
Yeah.
just that, like I see that that GIF in my brain every time.
It's my favorite. The amount of times that GIF comes into my brain, you don't realize how many situations in life
Yes.
that GIF is so perfect for. Just take a purse.
Yeah,
Get up and leave.
I get that energy from her where she's just like, that woman is also so driven. I think when women get to a certain age where they're like, we've seen it all, we've been through every bit of bullshit, I don't have energy for this. And two, like women who are very driven are literally like, I don't have time for this.
No.
Like you're sucking my energy, you're wasting my time.
Yep.
I'm not interested. If you're not going to add to my life, I will cut you off and never speak to you again.
I feel like Jennifer Aniston as well. I feel like she would also be like that. Like she just isn't given like, I'm going to put up with bullshit, no more vibes.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, I also, from what I've heard, because I've started looking into perimenopause and menopause and just seeking out information, because I think it's just not talked enough about. I think a lot of people have no idea what's coming for them. But the one thing that I've heard is that when you're finally on the other side of it, when you're done, it's apparently like the
Magic.
greatest thing,
the most freeing thing in the
ever.
world. Yeah.
That we don't realize like how much our hormones are like roller coaster for so long. And once you're finally free of it, I can't wait. I cannot wait to be 60.
That's a really beautiful way of putting that. Like, because I feel like I don't know, people talk about going through menopause as though it's like the most like terrifying thing, or something that like, it's like a sign that you're not young anymore or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you're not young anymore. And that's okay. Like,
Yes, I'm so ready for it. I'm doing all the research to figure out, because, there's things that you can do to like, make it better for you, and you should. And that's the other thing, is that it's so different in every single person, because our bodies are just unique. So like what works for one person might not work for you, etc. But the more that I learn about it, I'm like, dude, I cannot wait to be a 60-year-old woman. I'm so fucking stoked. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be the coolest old lady ever.
oh yeah, you can just lean into all of your eccentricity. Although I've decided I'm kind of not going to even wait for that. Like, why not do it
now?
Yeah, yes.
Like, sure, do it now.
Wear a caftan and a shawl around the house. You know what I mean? Like, be that weirdo. Honestly, that's kind of what I like. I don't think I'll ever, unless I leave California, I don't think I'll ever own a house. But I always wanted that. I wanted to be that like weird witchy person with a tea garden, like
Do it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
The way I live in house slippers now.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude, it's
Please.
yes.
Girl.
Yes, we're doing this.
Yes. Okay, so we have Viola Davis, we have Tina Turner, and we have
Martha.
I think I'm changing mine to Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. Okay, so we've got Jennifer Aniston, Viola Davis, and Martha Stewart. Okie dokie.
Okay.
Wow.
This one's kind of hard.
This one is hard.
I'm calling it, and I don't give a shit who says anything about it. But I'm friending. I'm not going to call anybody.
You know,
Not
we
women.
got it. The women, we've got to stick together.
Yeah.
Times is tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I think that oof. So
It's hard.
torn.
It's really hard.
I think I'm going to marry Viola Davis. She seems so unbothered, but like in the best way. Like we will still like not so unbothered that she's zen about it, like unbothered, but that we can still talk shit about people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Definitely.
I'm not like, oh, I'm at peace with the world and you shouldn't talk bad about people. It's more like, nah, fuck this shit.
ew. Never ever say that to me.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
I
Dude.
feel like, yeah.
That's
Well, and
one
I'm
of the
gonna
last few pleasures in life I have is to talk shit.
Talk shit.
Oh my God.
Don't
Can you imagine?
dare take that from me.
Oh my God. What if I was like going on like talking shit to Eric and he's like, babe, we shouldn't have that negativity in our life. I would divorce immediately. Immediate divorce.
You're like, get the fuck out of my house.
Get out of my house.
My house.
I can't have that.
I don't even know you right now. Get the fuck out of my house.
Really is. Like one of the best feelings is when like one of you guys
Chris
is
can
like,
be a little bit like that sometimes. I'm like, you're not better than me. Get the fuck out of here.
That's no.
And then I put it in this place and we're fine again.
when you feel like you're being chastised.
Yes.
You're not better than me.
Oh
my favorite thing to say to people, you're not better than me. Over stupid shit too. Like they put a straw in their drink. You're not better than me because you use a straw.
I didn't think I was.
I know, right? That makes it so much funnier. I'm gonna fuck Jennifer Aniston
Yeah.
because she seems. I mean, it's just. God, she's fucking gorgeous. And then I'm gonna friend Martha Stewart. Imagine all the good pastries.
The shit
And
Martha
the dinner
Stewart is
parties.
gonna talk. That woman, like of the
I don't
three,
know if I can keep up. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's so funny because like Martha Stewart is an unbothered queen, but she is also a petty Betty. Like
she
both.
is. She in that documentary was talking about a reporter or whatever, and then she was like, and she's dead now. And then it came out. And then it came out afterwards. The reporter was like, I'm still alive,
I'm not
actually.
She's so unbothered. She didn't
worse.
even know whether or not you were
she
alive.
didn't know, but you're dead to her. So, you know.
She's like, and she's dead now. That lady's like,
Yeah, I feel like I've
I'm not
married
that.
Martha Stewart in the past. I don't feel like I can do that now. I think we know too much. And I
Your
do think
Pisces heart, I think,
My-
could
my-
not
my
handle.
sweet little delicate heart would-
I'm worried about my Capricorn one. I'm
Yes.
like,
I'm worried about my Aries one.
this bitch is ruthless. So I'm with you. I'm gonna friend her because
sitting in a restaurant and hearing the
Oh.
fucking shit she's gonna talk.
Oh my God.
my eyes.
credible. Yes, yeah. But we need that one friend because I'm not gonna do it. Like
Oh, it can't
I'll
be
do
me.
it with you guys, but like I can't be like. She would do a Mariah Carey style, I don't know her, to that person's face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I don't know you.
Right. Who are you? But I want to be at the table for it. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
want
wanna
to be at
see
the
it.
table
I wanna
hiding
be in the
behind my
room where it
menu.
happens.
Yes, 100%. And then, well, this is kind of hard. I actually think I'm going to marry Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
I think I'm going to marry Jennifer Aniston because
You
like
both have a kind of like boho vibe. There will be many textiles in your house.
and
I feel
love
like
that for us. She is an Aquarius. I think we've looked this up before.
Oh, okay.
But I'm kind of into
can
that. When the
take that.
aliens come, the Aquarians are going first, and
Obviously.
I'll be the plus one on that ride. So, happy with that. She also she has kind of a laid back thing going on, but has enough discipline to work out enough to look at that body. You know what I mean? So, I kind of love that. Yeah, I feel good about that. I think I'm going to marry her. And then I'm actually, yeah, I'll have sex with Viola. Why not?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I love that we're all three doing something different, and I feel very good about it.
I do too.
I think that I'm in a kind of end of year self-improvement mindset kind of thing where I'm like, I soberly am not always the most disciplined of people. And I want very badly to be with Martha Stewart till death do us part. Somebody that can thicken my skin, toughen me up, activate my potential.
She'll do that.
Yeah, she will do that.
I really...
She's given like a Virgo vibe strong.
Oh, dude, I
know her sign. I'll tell you guys after.
Okay.
I need to continue to like have a tougher, thicker skin. And when I watched that documentary, I was like, man, I was inspired. I really was. And so, yeah, I'm going to marry Martha Stewart.
Okay.
And I'm going to fuck Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
She is. She's
given good in bed.
Yes. Yes,
100%.
very much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'm going to friend Viola Davis because, like, that face that she makes when she's taking the purse and getting up and walking away, I'm like, I need...
And you know she makes that face in real life.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that was a real...
It came very naturally.
Yeah. Yes.
So, yeah, I'm going for that.
No one would fuck with you. No one would fuck with you. So, yeah, they're both the same sign. Do you want to guess? Viola Davis and Martha Stewart are both the same sign.
Gosh, they're both given boss bitch. So it's like Virgo,
Leo.
Leos.
Oh,
they're both Leos.
Yep.
I can dig it. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, I can actually see that completely,
That makes so
especially
much
for Martha.
sense.
I'm like, Martha being a Leo is like, the Leos are unbothered. Like they genuinely are. 'Cause
Totally.
They're just like,
Because they know how fantastic they are.
That's
yeah.
exactly
so
right.
they're just
They
like,
don't give
if
a
you don't get it,
shit.
I don't fucking care.
We say Aries, we say it. Leo doesn't even have to say it.
No, a lion doesn't need to call itself a lion. You just know
That's
it is.
That's exactly right. God, I wish I was more Leo. Well, I think we have a new patron, right?
We do. So I want to give a big worsty welcome to Jade. Jade, welcome so much is what I was
Welcome so
about to
much.
say. And yeah, indeed, welcome so much to our Patreon. We are so thrilled to have you over there.
Perfect timing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are about to release, or we did just release when this episode comes out, our episode on the movie When in Rome. We are also going to be putting up a bonus, your holiday gift from us is we are going to watch Hot Frosty, and that will be available for all patron levels. So from the $1 level on, as your Christmas gift, we are going to watch and talk about Hot Frosty. Yes.
Isn't a hot frosty just water or milk?
You don't, Cassie, you cannot think about it.
When we're done recording, I need you to go to Netflix and I need you to
it.
watch the trailer. I
Ma'am,
can't.
I've seen it.
When I
tried
saw
to tell you.
when I saw
bonkers.
the
I know, I told you.
fucking snowman.
Yeah.
First of all, I was
First
like,
time I heard about it, I couldn't wait to watch the trailer. I jumped right to it.
oh, it looks. And then I was like, wait, is he like giving like baby or whatever, or like Encino Man or something?
Yeah,
and I was just like,
it's
oh
Sexy
my
Born
God.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Where we're
Woof.
just like,
Mom, I ain't got no time for this dumb shit. I'm gonna tell you that. I ain't got no time for some dumb
but you know
boy.
what? At the same time, you know, for those of us who are unfortunately attracted to men, like one that has been untouched by the horrors of toxic masculinity. They're
But untouched by a brain too, so I'm fucking out. I ain't got it. I ain't got it in
exactly.
me. But we'll watch. I'll watch it. I'm gonna give it benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
But
so
AI
Jade,
wrote this.
welcome.
Exactly.
Is the point.
Welcome so much.
Yeah, and look forward to that.
Oh, you guys want to take 5 and then we'll come back with stories?
Yes.
sounds good.
And we're back. Okay, Christina, you have to start.
Yes. Okay. So mine is a listener submission, and we always love those. So thank you for sending it in. She says, last year I decided to give speed dating a try.
You know what? I actually I used to look at speed dating and be like, why? But now I'm kind of like, I respect this. Just get on with it.
Yeah,
because you do know pretty quickly, like if somebody gives you the ick or not, and you're just like, we don't need more than 5 minutes. We actually don't.
I truly wish I had done this. Actually, I think it's the efficiency appeals to me.
Yes,
same.
Certainly.
That sounds very, very Capricorn.
Mm-hmm. And Earth sign came up with speed dating. 100%. Yeah,
Get it over with.
Absolutely.
Okay, so number one guy asked me, how old are you? 28, 29? When I said I was 35, he recoiled.
good.
He was 43.
Okay,
Sir.
Also, don't guess. That is so rude to be like, how old are you? And then to throw out like, that is such a risky game you're playing.
Yeah, it truly is.
Yeah. What if she had been like 23 and he's like, how old are you? 29?
Yeah. And he was 43. So who cares, by the way?
It's you, sir.
And the event age range was 28 to 42. And he's not even in the range.
Oh my God.
What the?
Yeah. Number two, another guy seemed decent. We bonded over liking baseball, and before the event was over, he asked for my number, and we planned to go on a date a few days later. He spent the next 2 days texting me about my boobs,
Oh my God.
asking if I had names for them, what bra size I was, and how much he liked them.
I'm done. Wait, look, men, you have to be better.
I don't have names for my boobs.
I don't either.
Is that
Yeah.
a normal thing to do? To name
No.
your boobs?
No.
Why would he ask that?
I tried to steer the conversation back to an appropriate topic and brought up that our baseball teams were starting a series against each other soon. He suggested that we make a bet and quickly offered that if his team wins, he gets to play with the girls.
Okay. No.
I was so turned off and uncomfortable. I
and if
proceeded
my
to
team
tell
wins,
him
I get
so
to kick you in the balls.
Yeah.
and said we would not be going on a date as this has gone too far and I'm no longer interested.
Do men think that we enjoy that? Like for you to be like that obsessed with one of our body parts like that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's.
Do you think that's a turn on?
No, I think that guys just don't think they have to try because they never have. And
Ugh.
Yeah. He spent the next day begging and pleading with me to give him another chance, said he was only joking. I told him that it was a weird thing to joke about and I was too uncomfortable and there was no getting past that, so we won't be meeting. He told me it was my fault because I wore a dress that showed cleavage, and what did I expect?
of course.
I immediately blocked him. I actually saw him at the next event, and me and a few other girls who had met him all shared our stories about how disgusting he is.
Ugh.
Number 3, I went out on a date to get ice cream with one guy from the event. I found out on the date he was a comedic magician.
Oh, Christina, it's my fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
A magician. Oh my God.
Apparently, he was the entertainment that took place in between the real magicians that were performing.
Oh,
I really don't like magic shows, but I was trying to be open-minded. He asked me what my goals were in my love life. I said that I was dating and seeing if I had a connection with someone and maybe starting a relationship with someone if things progressed that way. That answer didn't seem to satisfy him, and he kept persisting, asking if I wanted to be married, have kids, and by what age did I want things to happen. This was all a bit heavy for a first date, but I said that that I did not have a deadline and that kids are not going to be in my future, as I do not want them. He said that he was okay with that, but his face said otherwise.
This is a first date. So if you don't like that, you can get off the bus.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
You're not going to change my mind.
Yep. He then proceeded to explain why he wanted kids and how great it would be to have someone continue your legacy.
I don't
such a selfish
care.
reason to have kids, honestly.
Truly is. Just then, a couple walked into the ice cream shop with a small child and a baby. He points at them and says, "Doesn't that look great?" I'm pretty annoyed by this point, and I respond with, "Not really." He goes on to ask, "Don't you want someone to continue your legacy?"
My
Nope.
God.
I reply, "No, I'm actually trying to end my bloodline."
Actively
That's a
trying to
great
end it.
response.
This is my go-to response when someone tries to convince me to have children, and it usually gets them to back off.
It's just such a weird thing to do, to like try to convince someone to have kids. Like, I just don't understand. Like, if it's not for you, like if you have every right to have somebody who wants the same things as you. This is not the person. So
yeah, move on.
And why? Listen, if you have to like bully someone into having kids, chances are they're not going to be, the best at it. It's not something that
don't make
that
people
changes.
have kids who don't
Truly.
want them.
Yeah. Not with this guy who tried to convince me that I might change my mind.
Cool.
I looked at my phone and said, "Oh my God, it's so late. I've got to get going." It was 7 p.m.
Look at the time.
Look at the time. I assumed we were both on the same page, that we weren't compatible. I gave him a quick side hug, thanked him for the ice cream, and walked off. I got a text the next day asking when we could go on a second date.
No, why are you so clueless?
The last guy, well, we never actually met in person. The speed dating website allows you to reach out to other people who were at the event who you didn't get to meet. He sent me a message saying how we have so much in common and it's crazy they didn't set us up to meet. Their website isn't the greatest, and I didn't see the message right away. A week later, he sends another message saying how rude and inconsiderate I am for not responding and how I have no morals and I'm a little girl who will be lonely for the rest of her pathetic life.
You just lived rent-free in his head for an entire week. Like, if I sent a message to someone and I didn't get a response, I would be like, oh, well, okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, that probably forgot that I sent it.
Right?
Seriously.
Same.
Like
Jesus.
Thank you for showing me that you have nothing else to do in your fucking life,
Truly.
but obsess over this message to a stranger.
That you've
you
not
fucking
spoken
weirdo.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I wrote back saying, that's an extreme response. Sounds like I dodged a bullet. Take care. And his response was, I was just trying to give the chunky clown girl a chance with a tall, fit, handsome man. But I'm glad you didn't respond.
That is so fucking gross. Ew.
Disgusting. I told him that was funny because he seemed pretty upset he didn't get a chance to talk to me. Not to toot my own horn, but I was looking very good that night. I even had people who weren't at the event coming over to talk to me, and even the bartenders. I got a lot of attention, so I know his comments were coming from the angry boy who got rejected.
Oh my God.
I said I'd rather be alone than spend any more time conversing with a sad little boy like him, blocked him, and then reported him to the speed dating site, who promptly revoked his membership.
There you go. Yeah. Fuck around and find out. Man, I got to tell you, like, I'm so sorry that you went through all of that, but it really is just like reinforcing my belief that I just need to buy a really good vibrator. And ladies, do that before they start regulating them.
Yeah, stay tuned. Actually, we were talking about this before we started recording. I need to re-up my stash too. So any good recommendations besides the one that we've talked about before, I'm looking. So if anyone's got a reputable, awesome site, definitely email us and let us know about
even
that.
Better.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. And we're hoping to maybe get like a sponsorship or an affiliate link. So maybe just pause on buying that vibrator for just a little while, and then you can buy it through us and help us out too.
Yeah. Listen up next week. Well, I'm motivated to get this up and running.
But literally, like, I'm just like, I can't like these men out here in these streets acting like this. It's just...
Well, she then says, I think I'm done with speed dating. No need to spend $40 to be harassed and ridiculed by men when I can just get all that for free.
Oh, yeah.
I actually think she would have had to go on 4 dates. That it is more efficient to deal with this stuff in one evening or whatever than actually.
But it's also just like, you know what?
Yeah, or not at all.
Not at all.
Just not. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, thank you so much for writing in. Oh my God. Speed dating fails.
Wow.
Oof.
That was amazing.
That was good. All right. So mine has some funny enough common theme. So
hold on. I'm so sorry. I have to interrupt you, Cassie, to completely take us on a left turn that has nothing to do with anything except for to say, Christina, you have 38 missed call notifications on your phone.
Oh, I don't like to answer my phone.
She has 38
as of right now.
I'm looking at her phone screen.
Like, is somebody trying to get a hold of you right now?
I don't know. I don't
you
answer
need to
my
check
phone.
that. What if it's an emergency?
Text me then. Jesus Christ.
Girl.
Don't call me.
I'm sorry. I had to call you. I looked over and I was like,
Who is it?
What
is it like your mom?
I don't know. Like, just text me first. I'll pick up the phone then.
Oh my God.
Don't fucking call me randomly. That's so weird.
I'm so sorry to have to interrupt you.
What if it's like a hospital calling?
They'll text or email or something.
That's not how that works. I need you to check your phone right now.
Anyway,
disturbing.
I'm so sorry. I had to interrupt you because I had to call you out probably for that.
But you notice, my email is clean. Okay, like I keep on top of my email and my texts. That is my preferred method of communication.
Fair enough.
Just not.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
But can we just double check and look at the numbers? Make sure none of them are hospital.
Listen, if I recognize the number, I will pick up. Like if one of you guys and it was like Keegan calling,
but that's
I'm gonna
almost
pick up.
worse because you have 38 like missed calls and or voicemails from numbers you don't recognize.
No.
Oh. That definitely could be a hospital, but that's cool.
It's fine.
Kaiser's been trying to get a hold of you, schedule your OBGYN appointment. Anyway,
no,
whatever. It's fine. I was
all right.
surprised by that. Okay. Anyway, Cassie, your story.
Okay. So vicious over here. So I've been talking to this guy for about a week. I met with him on a date night tonight at a Cheesecake Factory. It was just so awful. He asked about the parking and I told him.
Cheesecake Factory. The date.
Look, Cheesecake Factory has something for everybody.
Literally.
Dude, in the world.
Yeah.
Like
in the world.
100%. Yeah. What are you into?
Menu ever.
You want a cheeseburger inside of an egg roll? They have that.
They do.
They literally have that.
Literally do. Wow.
My God.
Oh my God. He asked about the parking. I told him it was free and he complained about traffic. First, he asked about children in the future and my fertility.
Oh my God.
He said, with my age, I should have had a kid already by now.
Oh my God. Listen, at this point, like in our history, that is the reddest of flags. If a man asks me about my fertility on a date in the year of our Lord 2024, 2025, I'm leaving immediately because at this point, that's a threat. That's a threat.
It truly is. It really is.
Don't talk to me about
in
it
this day
at
and
all.
age.
No.
Totally. Then we moved on to work. He told me he was a teacher of second grade. Could you imagine? Ugh. Ugh. This is a guy who teaches children.
Cassie, your face is so disgusted.
I love that because I was feeling it in my heart. And thank you.
My face showed what your heart was feeling.
I know.
Oh my God.
He now works in healthcare because he hasn't been able to pass his state boards. He works in an office with all women, and according to him, it's awful to be in an office environment that is mainly women. He hates them, and they are all out to get him. They set him up at the office for failure.
Dude,
douche.
Honestly, like the my least favorite type of man is the one who's supposedly straight, who cannot stand
Hates women.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and you keep choosing largely women-dominated fields.
Yeah.
Like teaching and
Healthcare.
nursing are largely women-dominated fields. Like, and
I'm going to need that man to unpack some stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
More power to men who go into those fields, but you know you're going to be working with like a lot of women, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? And also, again, sir, this is a first date. Why are you talking to me about how much you hate women?
I know.
Right.
You're like,
Do you think this is going to get you laid? For real. Be so fucking for real. I'm just trying to enjoy my cheeseburger egg rolls over here. Like, please.
Truly.
We catch
Damn.
up with that. Then we talk about vacations. I start telling him about a vacation I had recently gone on with my friends, and he cuts me off and says he went to Aruba and it was awful. He also asks me to look over my shoulder to see the Eagles game. He checked his phone a lot during the date. Then he asks me if I have to eat more. He asked if I'm on any anti-anxiety medication and a lot of other odd questions. Like, what?
You need my full fucking medical history?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? After that, we talk about family. I tell him about my family traditions, and he wants me to tell him what I want for Christmas. I'm not your girlfriend. I don't need you to know what I want for Christmas.
I will not be speaking to you by Christmas.
By Christmas,
So
we done.
you don't need to know that. Yeah.
He is also odd about himself being a good man, a great man. He tells me is strong like a million times. Are you on a date with Trump?
I'm so
Big
strong.
man. I'm such a strong man. I'm a great man.
Dude, a lion does not have to call itself a lion. No.
Then he gets to this point that I don't need to go. That I don't need to go home. I can stay with him all night. We're at the mall, so he wants me to take me around the mall and whatnot. I'm just gonna walk you around the mall.
Are we 15?
Yeah.
Sir?
What?
He was also so rude to the waitress and the whole staff. They literally
no.
asked me in front of him if I was okay.
Oh my God. I would be like, no, I'm not actually.
I went to the bathroom and some more of the staff came out to talk to me, asked me if I was okay. They told me the bathroom was right next to the exit. So I go to leave and he starts texting me that he saw me leaving. And he's so embarrassed. And I embarrassed him. How dare I?
leaving.
I love that for him. Oh my God, that's incredible. I do hope that somebody like helped her, like made sure she got to her car safe.
Yeah.
because-
Totally.
Do you know how like
dare you
egregiously
embarrass me?
awful you need to be in order for like
For the whole staff.
to be like, girl, you in danger.
And as we know, restaurant staff have seen some shit.
Yeah.
So like
Yes.
if they're like, yikes, it's a yikes situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the end of that.
Oh my God.
Lord. Okay. This one starts, I met him at an old job. To avoid a long post, the following occurred in no particular order. Tried to arrange drinks for 11 a.m.
Okay.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compromise for 1 p.m.
Me like, bro, we're not flying to Chicago. It's not airport
Right?
rules.
It's not
okay?
airport rules. Like, unless I'm with my girlfriends and we're at brunch.
Yes.
Like, we're not doing that.
No.
or the three of us are watching MILF Manor in my living room with some breakfast wine. There's several exceptions, but not on a first date.
That
A
apply.
first
Yeah.
date at 11 a.m. too? Fucking
No,
kill
no,
me.
no.
I don't want to date someone in the daylight.
Ugh. I barely want to be out in the daylight.
Truly, yeah. It's a harsh light. Compromised for 1 p.m. Complained I hadn't gotten my nails done for the date. Talked constantly about his ex, how she wouldn't have him back, and she was the one that got away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She
Sorry.
escapes. Frequently left me alone to play on slot machines. Where are you? Where are you having drinks?
It's like it's
This
like
is really
Reno.
very Vegas.
Very Vegas.
Yeah, 11 a.m. drinks. Do you want another Bloody Mary?
Oh my God. Ma'am.
Man.
Oh my God. Vegas is the other place. Like if you are on, not if you live there, if you are on vacation in
Yeah.
Vegas, you do start drinking like basically
10.
as soon
Yeah,
as
11.
you get
Yeah,
out of bed.
11 or 10,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Got very drunk at 5 p.m. Didn't bring enough money with him, so I paid for our lunch. He said he would pay me back at the end of the night. End of the night. Like, first of all, you're 4 hours in already. Like, you
Oh,
got
that
there
is
at
a
1 and it's 5
long
p.m.
date.
and he's drunk. Berated me for tipping the waitress. Constantly went on about me sleeping with him. Complained about my quote unquote morals every time I declined. I did not, and I did not sleep with him either. Got angry when 3 men, various ages, no romantic interest, came to talk to me as they spotted him leaving me alone frequently to play on said slot machines. He didn't like the fact that I waited in the taxi home for my money back for his half of the meal. She's like, I'll wait right here.
Yeah.
You can go inside and get it.
Amazing.
Amazing.
He then got back in the taxi and dropped me at home, met my dad, who didn't like him, and said I could do better.
Good for dad.
Dude.
Yeah. He then went on to a local nightclub. This is only part of some of the shitty stuff he did during the relationship. I stayed with him for 2 months.
Oh.
Have no idea what my stupid 19-year-old self was thinking.
Oh,
that explains
19.
everything.
Yep.
That explains everything.
Be lucky you only wasted 2 months. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of a canon event. At least you got out relatively unscathed, it sounds.
Yeah. And she says,
God.
I had called him to meet me in town, a 30-minute bus ride to talk. I stood outside the cafe and he hadn't even gotten out of bed. So I ended it over the phone.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, that was the final straw.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Woof.
Woof.
Oh
Just
my God.
wow. Like really some fine male
Specimen.
specimens on this round of bad dates.
Truly. Yeah.
Yikes. On many bikes.
I really am like standing our unbothered queens that we FMK'd
Yeah.
earlier in the episode. So really just like kind of embody that
Yeah.
that gif of Viola Davis just getting her purse.
Getting up and walking out.
and walking out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just silently.
First time he leaves you at a slot machine, you just get up, walk away. We're done here. We're done here.
Oh my God. Well, you guys want to take 5 and then we'll come back with the Tainted Love?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Cool.
And we're back.
Okay, guys. I'm very excited. I had my Tainted Love ready to go for last week and then just was not in the mood to do it. So I'm going to take you guys on a journey in the Wayback Machine
Perfect.
to medieval France.
Oh, I love it.
I love this already.
Yes. To understand my Tainted Love tale today, we need to zoom out and look at the chaotic backdrop of 14th century Europe.
Oh, God.
So France and England are embroiled in the 100 Years' War. And it's not like one continuous battle, but a series of conflicts, all because the kings of England and France couldn't agree on who deserved to wear the crown of France. English kings were very closely related to French through a little known guy we know as William the Conqueror, the Norman Duke who became King of England in 1066. English monarchs historically held titles and lands within France, making them technically subject to the King of France. So they were, all interrelated and
Very
everything. You've
intermingled,
got
yeah.
England and France, and then you have the territory, or I guess it's like a feudal territory of that time of Brittany, which was its own thing. It was
That's where my friend lives.
Yeah, some people were like, we fuck with the English. Some people are like, we fuck with the French. But mostly like, we're independent. Like, don't fuck with us. Because they have their own duke that rules Brittany. And England and France are on either side. So, Jean-Louis de Belleville, Dame de Montague, was born in 1300 in Belleville-sur-Vie on the French side of the border with the Duchy of Brittany. So, this is like Game of Thrones time.
Yep.
With a dash of Succession sprinkled in. And then, you ice it with some Black Death and Catholicism.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's pretty much like you don't have that many options. If you're born a woman in 1300, she kind of got the best hand she could get, which was that her family was like rich, super rich, mega rich. So she was the daughter of noblemen. So as a noblewoman, she's expected to just marry well, bear heirs, and stay out of politics. Well, Jean's father dies when she's just 4 years old, and there are no known records indicated that her mother remarried. So on the death of her half-brother, Jean inherited the Signory. I'm going to mispronounce
You've been
so
doing
many
such
French
a good
words.
job. You should be so proud of yourself.
Of Montague and of Belleville. So she gets all the titles. She's like, I'm that bitch. And because he had no heirs. So in 1312, and she was born in 1300, so I'll let you do the math. Jeanne married her first husband.
Oh, no.
19-year-old Geoffrey de Chateaubriand VIII, a Breton nobleman, who himself was already a widower.
But, bro,
at 19. Dude,
big old
I told
age
you.
of 19. He's on his second wife. She's a 12-year-old.
Wow.
Just
Yikes.
like, what the fuck?
Like, I know that it was a different time and like people were maybe more mature or something. I don't know. But like, can you imagine how small people were? Also a lot smaller. We know
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how small a 12-year-old was?
I know.
In 1312.
Dude, now all I can see is like hobbits.
Like, oh my God. Like,
This is Hobbit time. This is what's happening. Yeah, so he's already a widower. They have their first kid in 1314 and their second kid in 1316.
shut up. She is she's a literal baby.
A literal
child.
baby.
Yeah.
But then Jeffrey kicks it in 1326.
Oh, well, okay.
So now she's a widow, and now she's even more mega rich. So she sets her sights on Guy de Penthier, another widower. I mean, I told you it was Black Death time.
Yeah, everybody's
so
they're dropping like flies. People don't know about washing hands yet.
Exactly. They get married in 1328, but his family's not having it because she's got all of these lands, titles, like money, everything. And now she's going for somebody who's like this huge nobleman of Brittany. And his family is like, no, you're not taking our inheritance. So we're going to call, speed dial Pope. And the Pope is going to annul your marriage, which he did in 1328. So
On what grounds?
apparently the grounds are they never officially consummated the
Of course.
relationship,
Okay.
you know? But it was really about like his family, the Penthiers, wanted to keep the money in the family and didn't want to mix it with hers. So by now it's 1330. Jeanne is 30 years old and meets the love of her life, Olivier IV de Clisson, a very wealthy Breton who had a castle, a manor house, and much lands. Combining their assets made them senior lords of the area in the border region of Brittany. And Olivier, the de Clissons were ancestrally way back linked to England. However, they had lands in Brittany and lands in France, and Olivier IV was allied very much with the current king of France, which was King Philip. So, yeah, they were going to be living their best life, and they end up having 5 kids. Life is good, but war is on the horizon and coming to their doorstep. So as part of the 100 Years' War, the big thing that affects them is the Breton War of Succession. So to explain, Duke John, Duke of Brittany, dies with no heirs. On one side is his choice and the French choice for heir. That's Jeanne de Penthier, who marries Charles de Blois, and whose uncle was King Philip VI of France. Joan was the daughter of Guy. Keep up. That was the guy. That was her second husband, the one that got annulled.
Yeah.
So it was her daughter married Charles de Blois. That was the French were like, we want you to be boss of Brittany. England's like, no.
They want a lady
to
be boss of Brittany?
A woman cannot inherit. That is not the English way. It has to be a male heir. So the English were backing the Montforts. So there was this huge, he was the half brother of the dead Duke, being Dude Face's father's son from his second marriage. So the de Clissons.
Me and Cassie are like, wait.
I know it truly
I
is
need a
like
map.
Succession.
I
know.
honestly, yeah,
I'm going
I
to
need
draw a family tree.
Yeah.
The de Clissons side with the French choice, but it really splits the de Clisson family because, again, Brittany is very much like its own thing, but some people are more loyal to the English king and some people are more loyal to the French. In 1342, the English captured the city of Vannes, and Jeanne's husband, Olivier, was captured. He ends up being the only one released after an exchange that many felt was very light, considering their immense wealth. So King Philip is side-eyeing this whole thing. He's like, oh, they released you. Like, and they only asked you to pay $350? Like, that's crazy. So he's like, listen, glad you're out. I'm going to do this big tournament. We're going to like do some jousts, hang out, drink some wine, like come over. Like we're having a party. So Olivier and 15 other Breton and Norman lords were invited. They think things are good. Things are chill. And King Philip's like, nope, gotcha, bitch, and has him arrested and brought to Paris to be tried.
Psych.
Jeanne tried in vain to have Olivier set free. She seems to have tried to bribe a king's sergeant, and she was therefore like summoned because they're like, no, you can't do that. So now you're in trouble too. You have to answer to charges of rebellion, disobedience, and excesses against the king.
Excesses. All right.
Yeah. She manages to evade arrest. And as she's, fleeing and basically trying to get out of this situation, she ignores the summons and was found guilty in absentia in June of
She just did the sovereign citizen thing.
She's like, it doesn't apply to me.
She just threw it away. Threw it in the trash.
Nah.
No.
I'm not going to that.
I'm not going to. It's
I'm
like
not going
jury
to that.
summons.
Yeah.
No.
Right in the
doing
trash.
that. Yep.
Yeah, prove I got it.
A month later, Olivier is executed by beheading. His head is sent to Nantes in Brittany to be put on a pike over the city's gate as a warning. Now, his execution fucking pisses off and shocks the nobility because, first of all, there was no public evidence that Olivier was not loyal to the king. Like, he fought for the king. He was captured. He was released. There's no documentation. There's no confession, like nothing. So the nobles are like, wait, like Olivier is a good dude. We've been knowing him for years now. He's great. And also, you don't fucking treat our bodies this way because we're rich. That's what you do to the pavos. Okay. Yeah. So they were really pissed off. And Jeanne was furious. She grabs up her 2 young sons. She travels to this city, takes them to see their father's head on a spike, and is like, you fucking remember who did this to your father.
Yep.
Like,
well,
fuck.
That's one way.
Yeah, fuck
And
King
that
Philip.
daughter's name was Joan of Arc. No.
You're right, exactly. So she then moves quickly. She really believes that King Philip and Charles de Blois conspired to do all this, made this shit up to steal their lands. Because as soon as Jeanne is like found guilty in absentia, King's like, your property's mine's now. Like,
this is rich people problems to the extreme.
Exactly. So she sells jewelry. She sells artwork. She sells furniture. She gets anything she can sell. And even in some reports, people are like, she even sold her body to gather as much money as she can. She also gathers 400 men who are loyal to her cause. And it's like, all right, now we're doing this. Land campaigns are going to prove risky because the French had a great standing army, but they did not have a great navy. She takes her fight to the sea.
Oh, God. I know this story now. Okay. Yep.
Yep. She converts 3 merchant ships into death machines, painting them black with red sails and naming her flagship My Revenge.
Yeah. I love it.
She initially attacks shipping in the Bay of Biscay, but then moved to the English Channel to hunt French commerce ships, leaving only a few witnesses to go and tell King Philip, like she was coming for him. Her fleet, later dubbed the Black Fleet, was no ordinary band of marauders. Jeanne specifically targeted the French exclusively, slaughtering entire crews and personally herself executing aristocratic prisoners with an axe, earning her the nickname the Lioness of Brittany. Jeanne's reaction was not what you'd expect from a grieving widow of the 1300s. Most noblewomen would actually retreat to her estates or maybe even becoming a nun, not a feared pirate. But running a pirate fleet,
bitch.
No, wasn't just about revenge. It required strategy, resources, and leadership. Jeanne didn't act alone. She commanded loyal crews who followed her into battle, as well as her two sons. She probably most likely had connections to English forces who found her raids useful in their fight against France. Also, remembering that her late husband had ancestral ties to the Montforts, who were trying to become Duke of Brittany. It was probably a very strategic position that she took. And I listened to so many podcasts and read so many things, but people didn't really talk about this part, in that if the King of France was going to take everything from her, then she found a way to make herself useful to the English to probably maintain her position. And, well, I mean, not as like a pirate, but it was probably a very strategic thing for her, thinking about her family and her sons. Mm-hmm. If the French were going to fuck them, then we're going to side with the English. Mm-hmm. But there's not a lot of existing evidence to back that she was officially, like, she was not an official privateer for the English. There's one point where the French managed to engage her fleet 2 years into her piracy and sink her flagship, leaving Jeanne and her two sons adrift for 5 days. Her son, Guillaume, ends up dying of exposure,
Yikes.
but Jeanne and her other son, Olivier, are rescued. She leaves Olivier with King Edward in England and goes back to piracy. Interesting fact, Olivier would go on to become the constable of France and was such a crazy good soldier that he was known as the Butcher.
Wow.
So,
well, that's what happens when you grow up on the seas.
Yeah.
You grow up in the Black Death.
Yeah. Over time, Jeanne's piracy took its toll. By the 1950 or 1356, she retired from her life at sea after 13 years.
Well, she's 56 years old.
Yeah.
Like, this woman, she began her pirate career
Late,
in her 40s.
In her 40s.
Yeah.
And so
It's never too late, ladies.
It's never too late. It's never too late. That's right.
Become
Don't let
a
anyone
pirate.
tell you otherwise.
You could be a
Get
witch,
yourself a
you
ship.
could be a pirate.
Uh-huh. Yep.
What's coincidence too is that she retired after 13 years, which was exactly the same amount of time that she was married to Olivier. Mm-hmm. She settled in England with her surviving children under the protection of the Montforts and eventually remarried. Her fourth husband,
That's a brave man.
Yeah, Walter Bentley, was an English knight, suggesting that Jeanne remained loyal to England's cause even after her piracy ended.
Actually, I take that back, because what she has shown is that she is loyal as fuck.
Yeah.
So, like, you might be like, actually, this is great.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, this chick's got my back.
She's
for
got
sure.
your back.
And
She is
honestly,
ride or die for real.
Good for this man for marrying somebody, I don't know, probably in his age range versus like a 12-year-old. You know?
Right. Exactly.
100%.
Also that. So she lived out her final years peacefully, a stark contrast to the fury and violence that had defined her earlier life. Jeanne died peacefully in 1359, a quiet end to a life defined by upheaval and defiance. Jeanne de Clisson's story doesn't end with her death, though she's not as widely known as Joan of Arc or Eleanor of Aquitaine. Her tale became a symbol of defiance, resilience, and revenge.
Nice.
So there is proof that she did exist. There is proof for certain aspects of this story, but both sides had the motivation to inflate this story into legend status. Like,
Sure.
Did she actually behead like French aristocrats with an axe? Like, there's experienced executioners that struggle to do that. It's very unlikely that like a 50-year-old woman was able to really like behead somebody, but
you know, you can't.
I mean,
Female
anger
rage.
be angry.
female rage, angry be angry. Sometimes, you know, you're just fucking pissed off. So she broke the mold of what a medieval noblewoman could be, wielding power and taking control of her destiny in a world that wasn't built for women to lead. Her story is also a reminder of how history is shaped by individuals. Jeanne wasn't a queen or a saint. She was a widow, a mother, and a fighter who refused to let grief silence her. Her actions might not have changed the course of the 100 Years' War, but they left a mark. So the next time someone wrongs you, remember Jeanne de Clisson. Maybe skip piracy, but channel that energy into something transformative. Her revenge wasn't just about destroying her enemies. It was about reclaiming her power. And if she can do that in the 14th century, you can certainly do it now.
Hopeful.
Yes.
Hopeful ending.
Yeah.
I love it.
I wanted
Good
to talk about
story.
pirates. And
Yeah.
Strong women.
dude, I can't even imagine. The one thing that stuck out really when I was first researching the story was like just imagining like what it would be like in 1300s when like everyone was dying, like, but also like being married at 12.
Well,
Like-
and I'm sure you're expecting it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
Yeah.
as soon as you have your period, they're like, all right, get her on the marriage market
Yeah.
immediately.
But that's just nuts. It's such a different time. But I'm always struck by people that lived back then in that completely different society and managed to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get 3 ships, paint them black, get some red sails because, honey,
I'll tell you what I'm doing with my money.
Yeah.
But, you know, she's like,
warships.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's got warship money.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that was great. Thank you for the history
Wow.
lesson.
No
It was
worries.
amazing.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like doing a like traditional
Yeah.
crime.
I
It still
feel
feels
you.
too early for
Yeah.
me.
I
No,
do.
this
I-
is perfect.
Absolutely. And you know what? I actually I saw this on TikTok. I saw someone talking about it on TikTok and I saved it because I was like, I thought about doing it too. Because I was like, oh, that is badass. That is
Yeah.
a badass bitch. She's just like, oh, you're going to kill my husband? I'm a pirate now.
Yeah.
How about that?
Now I'm a pirate.
Exactly.
That's the kind of love that you search for. A love so deep that you would be willing to become a pirate and
It's her-
take on society.
It's her and
If-
Olga.
Yeah.
Olga was like, I'll burn this whole city to the ground.
Yeah.
with pigeons.
Yeah.
We're doing this. Oh, well, what are you guys watching this week?
I rewatched all because my brain just I can't really absorb like new narrative shows. So
Yeah.
it's all like reality or rewatching stuff or true
Yeah.
crime.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much all I'm doing. But I rewatched all of Mindhunter.
Oh.
And I have to say
I did
thought
that
about
not
doing
that
that.
long ago
Oh,
too. It's
do it.
so good.
Yeah.
that show is so good and I am furious
That we didn't get another season.
we didn't get more of it
Yeah.
because like it was like
Honestly,
genuinely such a good show.
I think everyone was really pissed. Everybody,
Yes.
like people were like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
And it was something about like David Fincher's scheduling,
Yeah.
like conflicts, and like I recently. They've said that he might be pairing with Greta Gerwig to do something on Netflix, and people are so mad because they're like, they're like David Fincher, if you're doing anything on Netflix, it's bringing
It
back.
better be-
It's
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter
How
season
dare
3.
you?
I don't want to see anything else you
Dare
got.
you? Yes.
No.
But yeah, that show's top tier, amazing. If you want to rewatch something, or if you've never seen it, what I wouldn't give to go back and watch Mindhunter
Truly,
with fresh eyes for the
you're
first time.
absolutely right. You're
So
absolutely
good.
right. I started watching a true crime story, Citizen Detective. I'm only on the second episode, but the first episode was a family basically who was getting I don't know. I'm not going to tell it to you because I might do it. But the second episode so far is Bear Brooks. And so it's citizen detectives talking about how they solved certain cases and like how they have, done the deep dives.
What's it
and
on?
the deep work. AMC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably see if it's streaming somewhere. That's really interesting.
It's really, really good. And then I also watched Cross. I don't want to talk too much about it because it is on Amazon and but anyway, Cross, it was really good. It was really, really good. We watched it in like 2 days.
Nice.
It was
All
really
right.
good.
Well, I watched the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight last night. What a fucking dude! I'll tell you what. I was so excited for this all year. I'm not a boxing fan. I don't know why I was so excited about it. I have no idea.
Because something about the idea we all wanted to believe.
It was something about like Mike Tyson. My family's not like a boxing family, so I'm just like, as a child or as the younger person, just like Mike Tyson's like an icon, right?
Icon.
Right.
Exactly.
He's a like pop culture
Legend.
icon at this point.
Right.
And Jake Paul is just one of the most insufferable people. Like, I don't
Truly.
even know that much about him, but there's just something about his energy that makes me
Punchable
want
face.
Yeah. And like, I saw a TikTok that so perfectly encapsulated this, because this person was like, I don't know anything about boxing. I don't really know anything about Jake Paul or Mike Tyson, but I think I want Mike Tyson to murder Jake Paul.
Yeah. And boy,
And it was just like, and I think everybody kind of felt that way. Like,
I heard it was
Yeah.
very lackluster.
no. And first of all, like Netflix, if you're going to do live events, like get some IT people to
oh my
help out.
God.
I heard.
You'd think after the Love is Blind fiasco that they would have
They just can't get it
figured their
together.
shit out.
They cannot get it together for live TV, which is hysterical because it's like live TV still exists. Maybe like ask somebody how to do it or whatever. But so it was constantly buffering. It was constantly like blurry too. So it was like watching it done in 8-bit or something. And then it was just like the actual fight itself was just so sad. It was just a bummer.
You got a 60-year-old man.
It didn't do anything
Fighting.
for anybody. It was just a bummer. And I
I
was like,
said this
I'm not
when we-
looking forward to anything ever again.
I said this before when we first talked about this.
Yeah,
no
you did.
one wins this fight.
Yeah.
Jake Paul wins. He'd beat up a 60-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
If you know, and if he loses, I mean, like he loses no matter what. Like, why? If you're Jake Paul, like, why did you do this? Like, it's the dumbest move.
No, that
Yeah.
man seems so
Stupid.
insufferable to me.
It's just a
Truly.
bummer. Yeah.
Ugh,
Ugh.
gross. Anyway,
note.
well,
So I need something else to look forward to now that that's finally passed. So if anybody has any shining silver light or anything that they're excited about, if you could pass it my way, that'd be great to have hope or optimism or look forward to anything ever again.
What are you talking about? We have Hot Frosty.
Oh,
What are you
God.
talking about?
Jesus. Well, if you
wait,
have
what's
something,
the other movie we're watching?
Serendipity.
Actually,
Oh.
that movie's cute. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, if you have something that we should watch, if you have a terrible date story, especially going into the holidays, please, I am begging you guys, send me your very awkward meet the family or Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas stories. Those things, I think they're so fucking funny.
Also,
good.
real time. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, and I know, given the like fed upness that so many people are feeling right now, we want the tea. We want the tea. Please share the awkward
sad
Thanksgiving
grandparents who voted for Trump.
Yeah, we want that. We want to hear all about like people being over it at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
Yeah, consider us your like cool aunts who couldn't make it.
Yeah.
This year, so you have to like write in and be like,
Yes.
you are not going to believe what my fucking Cindy did this year. Tell me everything. Go to our one-stop shop of a website. It is myworstatepodcast.com, and we love you so much. Cheers.